Good afternoon, Toby, and welcome to this first session of AERO Spotlight Sessions. And I'm sure everyone wants to know, what on earth are we even doing this for?
Liz, great to see you again. Hi. Yes, what the hell are we doing here, right? So, right, this all came from an idea we had to give here and then the latest insights about the upcoming show in April 2026.
Which I'm really looking forward to. And for those of you who may not have met us yet, my name's Liz Moscrop. I am CEO of Gear Up TV. We do video, social video marketing. And I was blown away last year when I came to Friedrichshafen. Toby, would you like to, I'm sure people know you very well, but for those who may not have been lucky enough to meet you.
Sure. My name is Tobias Bretzel. I'm the show director of AERO Friedrichshafen and head of aviation at our organizing company, Fernemic.
And I've been amazed to see the great news coming out of the show, who you've got there, and with this host of announcements, even from all the major manufacturers, or a lot of the major Gulfstream and Bombardier with their new aircraft. And I believe both of these manufacturers are going to be on site at Friedrichshafen next year.
That's right, yeah. So we got plenty of confirmations from a lot of OEMs, amongst them, as you said, Gulfstream, Bombardier, but also Dassault Aviation, Textron, Bell, Pilatus, so many. We are very happy to have Piaggio Aerospace, for example, for the first time, and Honda Jets, Piper, Cirrus, Daher. So a lot of OEMs have already confirmed as of now.
And there weren't enough hours in the day for me last year when I was there. And I love about the show, there are so many different kinds of business and general aviation and helicopter players there. Who is there anyone new this year that we didn't see? You just said about the OEMs. Is there anyone else new?
Well, there are plenty of new companies coming in next year from all kind of sectors, I have to say. So as of now, shortly before Christmas, you can see by the Christmas tree, the very nice one you have in your back. We are actually tracking ahead by, I think we are at 384 confirmed exhibitors versus 250 last year at that stage for the previous show. So we are well ahead, and I have to say it's a strong momentum we see for the entire show. You correctly mentioned, we are doing a lot. We are not just business aviation. We are also, don't forget our roots of general aviation. So we have a lot of OEMs coming from new clients, also looking a little bit more on the business aviation side. I mean, I mentioned Piaggio is there for the first time. We have JetX confirmed for the first time. We have a lot of different FBOs, operators, and also other suppliers from the business aviation side, which are coming in for the first time, just like Flight Safety International to coming up my mind. A lot of really exciting news there ahead, and not just like companies, industry players, but also partnerships with different associations and partners there in the broker and operator area. So really exciting times.
There's so much to pick up on there, Toby.
Yeah.
I'd like to go to one thing though before we visit some more of who's there and the new people and the new happenings. I thought the real star of the show last year, one of the stars, was the dome.
Yes.
Can you talk about the dome, which goes straight onto the static, because it was beautiful and so many parties at the end of the day there. It houses everybody. So can you talk to a little bit about what is the dome?
Yes. So, Basically, we saw over the last couple of years an increase of business aviation coming into the show. But now for the previous show, we thought we not just want to add a couple of more stands here and there and saying, yes, we have more business aviation, but the previous show in April 2025 really was like a relaunch, and that's why we created the whole atmosphere and the whole concept of the so-called AERO Business Aviation Show Hub. And the dome was really like the center of the new thing, this outdoor structure that we created as part of the static display, actually right here in front of my my office, to really have a constant flow in and out from the dome onto the static, short distances between the static and the dome, but also the other halls. And we're gonna repeat that for next year, I promise, because the weather was super nice this year. I'm gonna make it a little bit colder and relaxed in the dome. But yeah, we're gonna actually extend the dome so that we can double the space for exhibitors in the dome. It will again include a stage in there where we have 4 days full of conference sessions linked to business aviation. It will have a VIP lounge. But we will shift it a little bit more westwards of the whole venue so that we can accommodate actually even more aircraft on the entire static, because the demand is so strong.
That's amazing. And I'm glad you mentioned cooling it down, because I think that was the one thing people will be delighted to hear, that, you know, it will be more comfortable, because technically you could go from the dome and be down the end of the static in 5 minutes.
I would say so.
Technically, because it was so busy and buzzy that you just can't, because you'll just bump into people that you know, you're in conversations. It's still going to take you half an hour to get from point A to point B. But what I like about it is it's so intimate. You know, you literally can get from manufacturer to manufacturer. It's not massive booths, it's the aircraft are there, and
Yeah.
you can just walk down and see the planes right then and there.
Yeah, that's correct. And I think the very important thing here is to mention, while we are a very big show, right, with 12 halls, we get every year around about 32,000 visitors, plus all the exhibitor personnel we are still able, by, you know, the venue and the infrastructure we have, to guarantee also for VIPs, for high net worth individuals, that they get in and out very quickly. So people can land with their own aircraft, can be quickly walking or shuttled to the different entrances and to the different OEM or operator stands within minutes from the airport. So this is also a fact. While we have a lot going on and it's a big show, we can still make it for those people very nice, comfortable, and VIP feeling, to really save time in terms of visiting different aircraft which they are interested.
It is amazing. And you know, before we move on to the Friedrichshafen itself as a destination, tell me about these FBO companies that want to come in, because you've seen a couple of the big Middle East players are joining, and I know DC Aviation, which is German and Dubai based, were there last year, but you've got some more players too. Can you speak to me a bit about that?
Yeah, so we're gonna have, for example, JetX for the first time. We are also speaking at the moment with Falcon from the Middle East and Hadid. And we have other players as well from the fuel and FBO side, mentioning, you know, Titan Aviation Fuels, or many others there. So there is a strong momentum also seeing these companies coming in now. So because of course we started that a couple of years ago, and we really see that increase both from the exhibitor side, but now also from the visitors, because of course both attract each other, right? And we definitely also gonna look to get more operators in, and more brokers. And operators, I mean, both on the visitor side, but also on the exhibitor side. So this is also a place where operators can present themselves with aircraft or with a stand in one of the halls. So it's really a show for everybody, where the people don't need to invest tons of budget to be present. Yeah, and this is also something for the OEM. So they have the chance to bring, you know, whatever they want, which makes sense in the market, in the region, and during the time the show is end of April to present. So is it one aircraft? Is it the entire fleet? We are fully flexible.
I know I had a great time with Textron, who've been a strong player there, and they've also had their own exciting announcements this year too. It's just fantastic because you can literally see the whole array of products that people have, and all the brokers can get on board, the charter brokers can get on board and see what it is that they are marketing to customers.
Correct. And Textron is a great example. I mean, they have been for years and years a very strong supporter of our show, and they will, and we are very thankful for that. And they actually, they moved all in, which means they had a brilliant indoor booth where they presented the smaller aircraft, and then right outside you can literally walk outside, and there was the great lineup of business aviation aircraft.
And just before we move to Friedrichshafen, one last thing, the associations, you've got all the associations coming, or many associations coming, and great, you have the wonderful stage that's in the booth, so you can actually get some great sessions there. Can you tell me a little bit about the associations and why they're backing you?
Yes, so we have since quite a while, of course, our great partner, the German Business Aviation Association. They gonna be back with a massive pavilion in Hall A2 to present all their members. But we see also other associations coming in, like the British Business Aviation and General Aviation Association, the guys from the Irish Business Aviation Association, the Austrians, but also we're gonna announce very shortly a partnership with the air charter associations to have dedicated sessions focusing on their members. And this is something we want to create. And not forget also to mention the African Business Aviation Association and the Asian Business Aviation Association. And you will see much more on that in terms of conferences we're going to do with them. So this is really now a place where not just the DACH region meets, but truly Europe and beyond, right? And this is something that we had in the other parts of the show, more linked to general aviation anyhow, right? So this is not a place where, I don't know, the DACH region comes together for the different segments. It's really an international platform, well known.
And I think that you won't say this, and I don't want to muddy your brand, but I think of this as the European Oshkosh, with the different ways of accommodation and different ways of getting there. I know you're not Osh, but you are very much AEROs. But tell me, you have done something to support people with accommodation and travel this year.
Correct. Yes. So, I mean, we always had different kind of accommodations. Yeah, you could also actually book a tent in our indoor camping area, but of course, I'm aware that that's not what the majority wants. They want a proper hotel bed to stay in, and that's why we teamed up for the first time for 2026 with our partner HMI, Hotel Management International. This is a very experienced and I would say well-known agency supporting visitor delegations, but also mainly exhibitors to find the right accommodation solutions like hotels and in the different categories. And that's why they have set up a platform where they can, where exhibitors can get good rates, but also they help you with finding the right solutions there.
And there are 3 potential charters happening. Do you want to tell me about charters 1 and 2, Toby?
Well, yes, so we are looking forward to welcome back our friends from Belgium. They have done that in the past already, and the same counts also for our friends from Sweden coming in with a dedicated charter. And we have one more thing, right, Liz?
We do. So I've teamed up with my travel agent, Tony Fowler, who I've been working with for 12 years. We're also talking with Hunt and Palmer to see if we can organise a charter from London Stansted to Friedrichshafen, going out on the morning of the first day and then returning at 5 o'clock on the evening of the second day, so that most people can travel, if they live in the UK, can get home that night. And we're looking at it. There's going to be a page where you can have an expression of interest. We're just finalising the pricing for that, and we'll let you know as soon as possible. However, we're talking with people like the Air Charter Association to offer to their members, and the BBGA special rates, because that's what we do as an industry. We try and make travel as easy as possible. So if you'd like to know more about that, our details will be on the Friedrichshafen travel page, along with the rest of the ways to get there, I believe, Toby.
Absolutely, yeah. You can find all the details on how to get there. Also, if you fly in with your own aircraft, there are plenty of airports, the one in Friedrichshafen, but also surrounding airfields. All of them also have shuttles to the venue directly.
So my mission for this year is to join the fun team at AEROS, because I think you're all great. Let's make the travel to AEROS be part of the show. Let's make it as fun as possible. Where can people find out more about it?
Well, simply go to our website, aero-expo.com.